Welcome back to Oneness. Today it is day 78 and we will be looking at verse 78 from Tao Te Ching. As usual, let's observe few seconds of silence. Alright, so now let's get started. So the verse 78 begins like this. Under heaven, nothing is more soft and yielding than water. So we know from the past verses that Laotzu loves water. He refers to water all the time. It can be the very nature of the water being flexible and soft, or the very nature of it doesn't fight with its obstacle, rather it flows around the obstacle. Or the water be from a raindrop, how it forms a stream of water and then river, then to sea. It goes all the way around by flowing, and on the way it nourishes everything on its way. It gives life to new plants and animals. It nourishes everything, and then it goes to the lowest place, meaning it is so humble. That is the very nature of water itself. And also Laotzu points out to the way the cycle of water. It can be from a raindrop, how it evaporates from the ocean and then comes back again. So the whole cycle with the water, it completes. And in this line, Laotzu is specifically talking about soft and yielding. That is being flexible like water. And then he goes on to say, yet for attacking the solid and strong, nothing is better. Here, Laotzu points out to the quality of water, which is persistence. So what he means by persistence is, as we said, the water doesn't fight its obstacle, but it follows or forms the way around the obstacle. However, over a long period of time, whatever the obstacle it faced, it just melts the obstacle. We have seen quite a lot of time, even if there is a big rock or a mountain, it just flows around it. Slowly, the mountain gives way to the water. At the same time, if the dripping water, even in the rock, if the water drips one drop at a time, over a period of time, it can form a hole in the whole rock. And that is the power of persistence, and that is the power of water. Then he goes on to say, it has no equal. There is nothing like water. The weak can overcome the strong. The supple can overcome the stiff. So in this line, he talks about the weak can overcome the strong. So though the water we perceive as weak, we cannot hold the water in any place. Even if you build a concrete wall and try to hold the water for a long enough, water eventually, even it can take hundreds of years, but it's find a way through a crack. And that is the power of water. The way it is though it's weak, but no force can hold it for so long. Though it takes so long in time, like it can be years and years or hundreds of years. However, nothing can hold the water which is weak. It finds its way to flow out. The supple can overcome the stiff. Here, what Laotzu refers is, whatever the force we apply to the one body of water, even if you slap it, it spreads and splashes everywhere. However, it comes back together, takes its original form after some time. It just yields and then comes back again and forms and take a shape. Then Laotzu goes on to say, under heaven, everyone knows this, yet no one's put it into practice. Everyone knows that we have to have a flexibility, and also we should be persistent in our approach. However, we become impatient, and also we are not flexible with our approach. That's why most often then we force our way to get things done instead of waiting patiently to get things done. So that's what Laotzu points here is, everyone knows these are all the basic things like being flexible, being soft and yielding. However, we don't follow it under the heaven. Then he goes on to say, therefore the wise say, if you take on the humiliation of the people, you are fit to rule them. So how I see this verses or this line is, if you are open to take humiliation from people, then we are fit to rule, because people change their stand time to time. Sometimes they praise, sometimes they humiliate. It depends on whatever the way they perceive things and our act. However, if you are open to take their criticism and humiliation, then we are fit to rule them. If you take upon yourself the country's disasters, you deserve to be ruler of the universe. The truth often sounds paradoxical. So here, Laotzu talks about a ruler, anyone who wants to rule people, should take responsibility. Even if he takes responsibility for the natural disaster and then be with the people instead of running away from them when there is a time of disaster or some kind of a natural event, then they are not fit to rule. At the same time, when they take country's disaster on their own, they feel it for the people who suffers, then they are fit to rule. So that's what Laotzu means here is, take responsibility, whatever may come. So in this verse, Laotzu talks about 3 qualities of water. The first one being flexible and soft. The second one, it is persistence. The third one, be responsible. Take humiliation even if it is required from people. Just like how the water is humble, it flows towards the lowest place. It doesn't show its power. Be humble and responsible. That's what the message Laotzu gives to us from the verse 78. With that thought, we conclude verse 78, and one actionable thought for today is, today, whenever possible, take a 5 minutes break to just meditate on the qualities of water. Just close your eyes and imagine yourself having all the qualities of water. It can be the quality of being flexible and soft. It can be a quality of not fighting the obstacles. Or it can be the quality of being humble, that is, being holding ourselves so low that everyone flows to us. Just imagine all these traits of water and you imagine yourself being like water. So that way we will have and hold the power of water. With that thought, let's conclude verse 78 and then talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.